tunnels. The tunnels were the concrete burrows turned on the side with a base, and you could crawl through it. And I mean, as kids, we enjoyed all that. Those became the headquarters for the drug dealers. They would sit down there, and you just had to go down, and they had the reds and the blues and the yellows and the greens, and they were the markings of the drugs. And eventually, it got to the point where people, as they got older and they were not involved in that, just began to move out of the project. And the project became a magnet for crime. Just like you see in the city, the movie New Jack City, and they took over the Carlton. Well, it hadn't gotten that bad, but the atmosphere of that kind of crime began to plague Lafayette Project. Then years later, they realized crime got so bad, they had to blow them up. So they blew them down, and now we have Pleasant View Gardens. And I guess that was a good name because of what they went through, that they wanted to change it to something that sound more pleasant. So Pleasant View Gardens became the name, and I'm quite sure somewhere in this documentary there are video clips of, well, you look at, Bam, you look at the atmosphere, the upcoming, and I am who I am today because of my past. My past has played such a powerful piece of my life. I went on to join the police department, good education, opening now 3 businesses. You have to accredit that to somewhere. And I would have to say, because the odds were so great in Lafayette Project, if it wasn't for the magnet of McKim's and having an outlet outside of that arena into a place that would allow you to develop and find yourself. The spirituality of McKim's, the unity and the fact that it's a place that you can go and feel at home. It's, I guess that's the spirit of it all together. So to want to come back and to help a place like McKim's to continue to function is an investment into our future. What is going to happen with tomorrow if we don't prepare our kids of today to be as we were yesterday, that the cycles of life can continue? So this becomes extremely important that we give back. The Bible says very clearly, it says, when you have done unto the least of me, you've done unto me. And that's God speaking, saying that when you've done unto those who are way lower than you and not doing as great as you, when you've helped them, you've helped me. And it's good to know that we as people can serve God through helping God's people. And you can't do that unless you have a spiritual love for who God is. Right there. It was right there that we came out for, I think it was McKim's annual flea market. Annual flea market. We came out. I came out to volunteer, you came out to participate. And when we saw each other and we spoke and we embraced and shared the love that we had from years back, it was an enlightening on both of our parts. And it just was evidence of how God was moving in our lives, that we shared so much, or we had so much in common. I pursued my career in security and law enforcement to the point of self-employment. You pursued your career in martial arts to the point of self-employment, where you were now giving back. And we spoke, and I heard your pain, I heard your frustrations, I heard your hurts. And at the time, being into God, I shared something with you. And I said, Bam, this is the Bible I used to the point where you went out and grabbed that same Bible, and I'm quite sure you have it today. Yeah. And that's impressive. So I looked at God putting us together. Then we dug deeper, and we realized that what you did and what I did was a marriage. And we began to put the two together. As I began to teach and train people in security, we both knew that they needed to have some self-defense, some points of survival. So we put the program together and we launched it right over here in Sir John Douglas College, where we, 9-week program of entry-level security training. We offered 9 weeks 2 weeks for self-defense. We had 3 weeks of criminal justice. We had a week of where they did aspartame training and they did CPR, first aid. And then the rest of those weeks we did classroom training of security. And I guess it really embarks my heart now to know that every one of those graduates from those classes have gone on to be somebody in security. One young lady, Lucinda House, went down to the Baltimore City Police Department and is now working there. She went there straight from training, and I thought that was commendable. So when we looked at what we've done then, and now we're embarking on where we're going now in the same pursuit of happiness and training, I'm excited.